You should be there momentarily. Hit the old record.
Okay.
It's not quite there yet. It always takes a little minute when the gerbils need to get running. We're up live. Rock and roll. Do your thing, and I will head down and join Mr. White in front of HCC.
All right. Hello and welcome to the MCEC Fam Show. I am Chauncey Williams, the coordinator of student success here at MCEC, which stands for Muskegon Community Education Center, the place where the center of your child's education is magnified in a collaborating community. Our focus here at MCEC is community involvement, careers, social emotional learning, and nutrition. PK is on his way to going to the Teen Health Center, but today we have Joy Evans on our show today. How you doing, Joy?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Yep. So we're doing something different today. We're doing something where we're going to do a tour of the beautiful health center in a high school, connects to the high school. So
yes, thank you for inviting us to be on the MCEC Fam Show. The Muskegon Teen Health Center is excited to be here. Glad the sun is shining. So happy our students are coming back to campus, and we just want to do all we can do to get everybody re-engaged in the educational system and show you how the health center intersect with their education, keeping them healthy so they can stay at school.
Yeah. One question I wanted to ask is, since, I know last time we've been in school was March 13th, how has been the transition and the changes so far before we see this walkthrough of the Teen Health Center? What have you had to deal with in directing this pivotal change in the Teen Health Center?
Some of the changes will be, you will see right here on the live show, but one of the major changes is that we now have, the students we ask that you have an appointment prior to coming down. In prior years, before pandemic, you were able to get a pass from a class, from a teacher, come down, ring the buzzer. We could service you by getting you an appointment and maybe even seeing you right then and there. Because of social distancing and trying to keep everybody safe and keeping a certain amount of people in our waiting room at a time, we now ask that students or anybody who is a patient here schedule ahead of time for their appointment. The second important factor to know when you come to your appointment at the Muskegon Teen Health Center is just like if you went to any other doctor's office. Hey, PK.
Hola.
Right there at that door.
Go.
You want it on this?
We do have to ask the COVID screening questions. For school, you fill them out ahead of time and you go into class and do your thing as long as you meet all the requirements. But for the Teen Health Center, even though we're at school, we are a health clinic, so we have to go to the next level with the screenings. So we'll take your temperature, ask the questions before we move forward with your appointment.
Okay, look, I think we got PK up now. So PK, I had to do the Who Was on the Fam Show today. I think I did a decent job. I couldn't be you. I fell short of being you, but I'm glad you're back to join us for the world premiere of the Health Center with Joy Evans. So take it from here, brother.
Well, Chauncey, I'm just here to say I'm sweating like it's 70 degrees out here going up and down those stairs because our technical engineer completely failed in getting us up off the ground on time, me, and our culinary arts manager, Brent White, almost got us late on having our little secrets we have later on today. So I'm here with Brent White.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
And we're gonna go and take a tour of HCC, but we're gonna act like we're students so that we can figure out how it is that students access all of the many services offered at Hackley Community Care. Does that sound about right, Joy Evans?
Can you see me? Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So we're gonna act like students, so be prepared, Miss Evans.
Like good students, Paul Kirchhoff.
Well, yeah. So the first thing, folks, I'm gonna flip my camera around here so folks can see exactly what we see. You'll notice here, when you walk in, we're walking in this parking lot between the Redmond Potter and what used to be the Manual Building. You'll see all these awesome windows. So Brent, What ails you today, my friend?
Well, I'm new to the area and I just, I might need to see the dentist or I might need to see the doctor. So I'm going to go in and see what the Teen Health Center has. I was told that I need to come here.
Well, it looks like this is the place. Those awesome window clings lead us right to the door. And look, behold, a sign. What do those procedures say, Brent?
You got to make sure that you wear your mask and you also have to make sure that you stay away from people.
Whoop.
At least 6 feet apart, right? And then last, but certainly not least, you have to make sure that you're staying cleanliness and washing your hands and making sure that you're not touching your eyes or the eyes or mouth of other people.
Okay, so here we are. There's the sign. Here's the door. The hours are nicely posted there. Oh, and it looks like there's something right here. What is that, Brent? Give that a little poke. Make sure you announce yourself. Wow.
Come in, they've got a sanitation station.
That's always important.
You come in.
Well, welcome to the Muskegon Teen Health Center. How can we help you today?
Well, hi, I'm new to the area and I'm coming in to learn about the Teen Health Center and see what types of things I can get into.
Well, thank you. We're so glad you have an appointment with us today. But before we get started, we will have to ask you some questions to make sure that everything is safe for our COVID-related safety concerns and take your temperature. Now, you will pretend like I just asked you all these questions. Are you healthy? Have you been with anybody, exposed to anybody with COVID? And you say,
So I'm going to say no to the bad questions, yes to the good questions.
you say no to all of the questions.
Oh,
that
it's
are
no
as
to all of the
appropriate-
questions.
As appropriate, children. And then you will get your temperature. We give you a paper and then you come on in.
And you have to be honest, friend Brent, about your rash.
Dental. Hi.
So if I needed to see the dentist, I come here.
Yes, you can talk to Miss Kay and she would tell you what you'd have to do to get yourself a dental
Your
appointment.
name, your phone number, your address, make sure that's all correct. And then we need to make sure you have consent on file so the doctor can see you. And then we just check in.
So you'll help us walk through each step of the paperwork, even if we've never been here
Yeah.
before.
We'll have new patient paperwork. We'll go over it with you guys. We'll check you in. We'll get you scheduled for hygiene, which is your dental cleaning, and your exam with Dr. Jessica.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And since you have a rash, Brent, I don't think you need to get your teeth checked today.
No, not today. I think I need to go next door.
Thank you very much.
So hi, Mr. Rell, J-A hyphen, capital R-E-L-L-E.
The only man in Muskegon that doesn't spell my name properly.
What, by golly, do we do here?
The kids ring the bell when they come, like the 6-year-olds and under, they ring it when they arrive, and then when they leave, they love my bell.
We should test that bell one more
Test it
time.
out, go ahead.
Soup's on. Oh.
Here. So, are you here for an appointment?
He has never been here before. I've been here before, and I got such great care, both for my mental, my physical, and my dental health, that I said, Brent, you told me you have a rash and you're very uncomfortable. We need to go. We need on your elbow. We need to go down to HCC on the Muskegon High School campus and find out what's going on.
Okay, so, since you're brand new, what you would hope is that your parents are with you so that we can get some paperwork from you. And here-
A little louder.
So, since you're here and you're brand new, we would hope that your parents are with you so that we can collect paperwork from you. If not, we have the ability to send paperwork electronically, so I can send that to parents. After your paperwork is reviewed, and you go to the nurse's station.
So it would be a good idea for me to bring my parents for the first time,
It's a
just to
good
make
idea.
sure they get all the necessary paperwork filled out.
Yes, Mr. Elbow.
But-
It's always a good idea to bring your parents. Parents, you should come to your kids' appointments every single time.
But let's say I was at school.
Oh,
Could I come to an appointment without my parents?
yes, you sure can. Because of your health and safety, though, with the COVID, with the pandemic, everybody needs an appointment now. So just ringing the doorbell and wanting to come in, we can no longer do that, but we would love for you to schedule an appointment. And you can use your teachers, your classroom phone, or call our 733-6680.
That makes it really easy and efficient.
It does.
So let's assume that we filled out the paperwork, and where do we go now?
You go to my left,
Okay.
this way, and there's a door right there.
Oh, hey.
Yes, and you have to come by the meeting.
Ooh, those, yep, and the water fountains are closed down.
Hello, students. Thank you
Oh, hello.
for scheduling your appointment. And this is the entrance to our medical and dental area. Once you are called by the medical assistant or dental assistant, this is the door they'll call you through. They'll meet you here to take you back for your appointment.
Okay.
Oh, so let's take a look.
Take a look.
Usually I wouldn't be able to go with Brent, but because this is not real, I get to,
Yes, usually
that-
you do not bring a friend.
because that'd be a violation of something.
HIPAA.
HIPAA, that's
You
right.
can't have someone accompanied, but
Hey, Chauncey, can you see this?
can you pan the exam room?
Yep. You see the whole exam room? I see
That's-
the beautiful colors and everything.
Ooh, look at that workstation.
What's that for?
I think that's for
That
the,
is for Natasha. She's gonna step in and join us.
Hi, how are
hi,
you?
Natasha, how are you?
Good. So I'm one of the medical providers here. And so I work here 2 days a week and then my partner Katie's here the other 2 days. So if you come in, you'll see me or Katie and we'll do your exam in here. We'll do your checkup. So we
So-
like to consider this a safe place so you can come talk about anything you want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So approximately 30 minutes, I plan on eating way too much curry kitchen. So then I would come here for help.
You would come here, yeah, check you out and yeah, get you feeling better, maybe back to class.
Well, good.
Yeah.
That's really excellent, Natasha. We appreciate the work you do here
Thank you.
and looking at the whole child to try to figure out those kinds of things to get in the way of learning, but also of a whole life, right?
Absolutely.
And these are really nice digs too, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
We like them.
Yeah.
It works for us.
Wonder if we can take a chair with us. Oh, maybe not. Thank you, Natasha.
So,
So-
that's perfect. But what about like if I need to see the dentist? Like, what do we do then?
Oh, we have you covered for your dentist. We have dental right here on site at the Muskegon Teen Health Center. So your parents do not have to pick you up from school, drive you across town to a dental appointment, try to get you, you've missed lunch, you've missed 4th hour, and you come back at the end of the day for half a 5th hour and the rest is 6th. Instead, we get you down here, 30 minutes, get you taken care of and get you back in class. Your parents can stay at work. Our dentist is here. So come on, let's meet Dr. Jessica.
Do they still give candy if you're good?
We have different prizes. We have a treasure box, and a treasure box might contain candy.
Ooh,
Every
a
now
treasure
and
box?
A
I didn't know this
treasure
was an
box.
episode of the Goonies.
I hope Sloth doesn't pop out.
then Jessica is gonna step over here and give you a little insight on
Hi,
what
Dr.
our
Jessica.
card looks like. as well as
Yeah.
an introduction.
Wow, this is neat.
Sure. I know. Yeah, so this is where
This is where the magic
the fun
happens.
We gotta start with who you are.
Oh, I am Dr. Jessica, and I'm the dentist here at the Teen Health Center. So yeah, we do checkups, cleanings, and if there's need for any treatment like fillings, that sort of thing, even extractions.
Wow.
Hopefully, we don't need to do those, but we do them occasionally if needs to be done.
So sometimes students have swollen mouths, and I think it's because a tooth is it impacted? Is that the word that's used?
Oh, for wisdom teeth, you mean?
Yeah, and so this could be a place where if a kid's mouth hurts in any way, shape, or form, they could come.
Correct. Yes, they could come. And I mean, some of those extractions that are, for example, for third molars, if they're impacted and that sort of thing, I may not be able to do them here, but we can certainly get the students referred to a neurosurgeon, make sure that they get the attention they need.
But most of the care could begin here for
Correct.
their teeth.
Correct. Yes.
Wow, this is really nice too. I don't want to sit in your chair because you need to have to re-clean it probably. But here are all the instruments. You want to sit in the chair, Brent?
Please do.
No, I got a thing about sitting.
Go
in
ahead,
the-
Brent.
I got a thing about sitting in the dentist chair. Unless I get the gas. Is the gas available?
No, we don't have gas. I know.
I thought there'd be some of that, some NOS.
Yeah.
the light, but see the lights. Well, I'm not going to go there. Wow! Hey, fiesta!
I know.
That's nice.
You can be relaxed. And,
All right.
yeah, and if you don't have cavities, you can be in the cavity free club.
All right.
And then you get a chance to get
Candy?
into a raffle. No, no candy.
Oh,
No, we don't want to cause problems.
darn it.
So yeah, but you can get into a raffle, and then we have some cool prizes too that you can get, bottles of water, things like that. So yeah.
Well, I'm just going to say this. If all the dentists I've ever met were like as nice as Dr. Jessica, I probably wouldn't have any teeth issues.
I know, right?
Thank you, Dr. Jessica.
Yeah, nice
We
to meet
appreciate
guys.
you.
Yeah.
Where are we going next, Brent?
So
About that rash on your elbow?
on my elbow. So Miss Joy, we covered if I got to see a doctor, right? If I'm not feeling well, i.e. I've eaten way too much curry kitchen. Then after I eat the curry kitchen, I got to come see Dr. Jessica about my teeth. But what if I just need somebody to talk to?
Oh, yeah, I got somebody. If you are just feeling a little blue and you don't really know what's been going on, I can get you connected with a mental health therapist right here at the Muskegon Teen Health Center too.
Because I work with PK on a daily basis.
Yeah,
So
that could
every now and
cause a
again,
level
you
of
need
stress.
somebody to talk to.
That could cause a level of stress. So let me.
You see how it is, Tom?
if
See
we
how
can
he's being
get
mean
you
to me?
Meet our mental health provider. James, we have
you.
Whoa! Okay. I thought we turned into an episode of Twilight for a minute.
This young man, he would want to know how mental health services work at the Muskegon Teen Health Center. What kind of things would you be helping him with if he were to ask for assistance?
Well, first I would dig into all your dark details, look at all the skeletons in your closet, be very uncomfortable, no, we would hang out, get to know each other, talk about life. The way I view mental health is the same way I would view if I had a house, the inspector came through and told me I had a lot of mold behind the walls. I have a choice. I can leave the mold behind the walls because it looks fine from the outside. I don't want to deal with that. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. The risk there is that the mold's going to grow. It's in this dark, secret, damp place, and it could be toxic. It could kill me. So I can do the work. I can take down the drywall. And there's going to be days when I'm looking at the drywall and be like, it looked better before. Why did I even bother? There's going to be days when I'm pulling it back and be like, there's nothing here. Maybe there's nothing anywhere. There's gonna be days when it's just like there's so much here, it's not even worth it. But it keeps me alive. It's getting our insides out. It's bringing the lies, the hurts we have, bringing it out into the light, and that light is truth. So there we go. So that's what we do here. And when you come here, you guys are the captain of the ship. Like, we're not gonna hit things you're not comfortable hitting. We're not gonna go at your pace. It's a relaxed thing. It's not the way it's portrayed on TV as stressful, psychoanalytic, all that. Blah, 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 blah. I love what I do. I like talking. So
All
you get to
right.
hear my spiel. So
Well,
that's me.
we've been lucky enough to meet you during the quarantine, and we know what a great person you are and how welcoming you are. And I just look around your office, and it's a very welcoming space. Brent, were you going to ask a question?
I'm gonna be honest, I feel better already.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool how we got the glass up to keep us both safe. So I can sit here and I can interact and I can speak, but I also obviously I have to wear my mask, but there's an extra level of comfortability because during COVID, obviously everyone wants to be apart. We got to keep our space. And so I like the things that you've done.
Something
make
else
people-
we do, we sanitize after every person leaves. So when you guys get up, I'll all that again. So yeah, germs don't live here. So
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I feel like PK, I don't know about you, but I feel a lot better about knowing what I'm doing in the Teen Health Center. I mean, I can come here and I could see a doctor, I could see a dentist. If I'm not feeling better, if I'm not feeling good on the inside, that's not always a doctor or dentist issue. And now I got somebody to talk to. And so, Miss Joy, I just want to thank you for giving me the tour because this was really informational. I really appreciate it.
I thank you. I want to thank both of you as we step out here into the front and look at how you get in here, ring the bell.
She wants to get back to those window clings, I can tell.
Thank you both for coming by the Muskegon Teen Health Center, because Paul did the exact thing that we want you to do. If you've had an experience with the Muskegon Teen Health Center and you know of a friend that could benefit from our services, we definitely want you to either bring them down here. You may not be able to come in with them, but bring them, show them how to get here, have them call for an appointment. We have an appointment scheduling link that you can access. It's usually on the update that your school counselor sends every week. It's also on the Muskegon Public Schools website. You can get to that link, and Mr. Williams is going to post that link in the chat or the Facebook live chat today as well. So many ways to get the services you need. We've been here since 2010, serving students around Muskegon County. We serve ages 5 to 21. And although we're located on the campus of Muskegon High School, we serve students throughout Muskegon County. So if you have a friend or someone you know that goes to school at Whitehall, Fruitport, Montague, Fulton, whatever, Muskegon Teen Health Center can still meet the need. So thank you, Brett.
Well, thank you.
Well, this is going to go back to you, Tom and Chauncey. Thank you, Joy, for taking us through this awesome facility. And we'll go back up and we'll jump on with you guys and join you in just a moment. Hopefully, the wonderful Joy Evans will also join us just for if there are any other questions we might have.
I will join you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Hey, Tom, I know they are. I'm getting ready to go up. I was thinking, I was just like, wow. So I can go to school, and if I don't feel well, that's a space I can go to. They can have me in and out in 30 minutes. And if I have to go to the next level, they can probably connect me with a provider at the hospital or so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great place. We have the referral link. We put it into the Facebook live chat. So if you're, needing something, put it in there. They'll schedule an appointment. They'll contact you. They'll get you in and get you out. It used to be, before COVID, that we could just walk people down there and say, do you have space? Like, oh, well, maybe in about 20 minutes. But if you need to see somebody, fill that link out. And there's a possibility that, even if you're back in school or you're coming up for afternoon tutoring, that you might be able to get those overlapped or have somebody bring you up and drop you off. It's a great facility.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And I was like, everybody's a licensed professional because we met them probably in our second week of doing the MCEC Fam Show. So everybody's a licensed professional. You're getting great service at great cost. Insurance. That's what I was wondering. How does the insurance work? How do they make that connection? And I know Joy just jumped on.
Yep. Joy just jumped on. Joy, can you answer that?
I can. Great question. So the Muskegon Teen Health Center is partly funded through special grants from the state of Michigan, which allows us to service students whether or not they have insurance in some areas. It excludes some things, but most things are covered. So if you have insurance, we will gather the insurance information and bill accordingly. But one of the things that we want the students and the families to know is do not be concerned about scheduling an appointment because you don't have insurance. Just get the appointment on the books. We'll help you work through the rest.
Thank you. That's a lot of times that's the the question that would always have to be answered all the time. It's like, well, I'm scared to go to the doctor, or I usually hear this. Like, I grew up in an environment like that around that income.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed is it was like you either go to the emergency room or you don't go to the doctor at all. That's like, that's late 80s, early 90s, but that was the remedy on it. Like, okay,
And Mr. Williams, it still exists to this day where we see situations where patients could have come to the Muskegon Teen Health Center because it was something related to dental or medical health or even mental services. And if they would have got the earlier intervention here at the Teen Health Center, we could have helped them and prevent that visit to the emergency room. Yeah. So our goal is to be on the front end of that. And if it's something that we see at the Muskegon Teen Health Center that needs to be referred out to a specialist or a higher level of care, we do that also. We've had sports physicals here, and our medical providers have identified health concerns that warrant a student being referred to DeVos Medical for a scan of their heart or whatever.
Okay.
So just let us be your first stop and let us see how we can assist, and then we'll help you make your next best step.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You guys, when I used to coach basketball, we had our kids do their physicals at the health center, and when other complications came up, I remember a situation where somebody had a heart complication, and if it wasn't caught, they would have probably had a situation in practice. So
True.
I'm glad we had that community connection with our own health center, where that student can be going to do great things. This person's a college graduate today and working on their master's right now. So
Perfect.
I'm not gonna mention no names, because but it's just
Yeah, no names, but
just having
we-
that situation.
Yes, and we do that with same thing with dental. If there's something, we have students that come in, sometimes they want to have braces because they want to have them because it's a cool thing to do. Sometimes they need braces. We can't do braces here at the Muskegon Teen Health Center, but if Dr. Yeska, who you met earlier in the live video,
Yes.
feels that you should be evaluated for braces, then she refers to the next specialist to do that. Same with mental health. We'll take care of you right here at the level we can. If you are beyond our scope, beyond our level, we got you. We'll send you to the next people who can take care of you.
Yeah. So I see that now, that follows a protocol when it comes to subsidizing the healthcare too. Cause like, okay, this doctor's making this recommendation because she's practicing this form of medicine and saying, hey, this student needs this. So now when it comes to the cost, the insurance kicks in and whatever grants or whatever in place, because we're talking about kids. We're not talking about adults. Like, hey, we got to make that need be met so that student can do good and go along further in life. We had a student, I can say her name, Christina Barnes, asked us questions why, through the Maven platform, on why dental implants are, why do I need to learn about dental implants? And I think I asked the question with her. I said, when you open your mouth, people tell you where you've been. So a lot of times kids can't control the healthcare that they have. So if you got a place like a teen health center that's dealing with an extraction, a tooth that probably can call an espice, where you never know what could happen. So just being able to have that piece in our building is important. So
and I think you hit on something truly key when you said having it right here on the campus in our buildings. There are so many, not every school gets access to a teen health center or a health center for their students. So I highly encourage parents, teachers, community members to utilize this resource. We had to do what's called a needs assessment to figure out if we put this service on this campus in this demographic, will it add value? And of course, once we found out this was a high need, and not only does it add value because it's a high need area, with we know our demographics, we deal with poverty, we deal with parents who have situations that can be a little bit more challenging, but also it supports families and communities in other ways. If you have a parent who's a single parent, they have 2-3 children. They have a child, their kids need to go to the dentist twice a year. They work during the day. So now they have to figure out, how do I take PTO time from my job to take my student to go to the dentist? And is that really how I want to use my PTO time, my vacation time, is to take my kid to the dentist? Yes, my child is very important. What we provide for them is we get to take that stress off of them. You go to work, we'll get your student scheduled for the appointment. We'll bring them down for the appointment, get their exam done, get their teeth cleaned, and we'll send them back to class. And the perk is they're not counted as absent because it's an excused absence. So that we communicate directly with the school, were they here or not, we can tell yes or no, pretty much all we can tell. But it saves everybody. The student didn't have to miss class. The parent didn't have to leave work. The amount of time that out of their educational environment was minimalized to maybe 30 minutes at the most, 40. But it kind of just added value to everybody, the school, the parent, the student.
So Joy,
you got it.
My sister, I'll call it one of my I have a couple sisters. One's name is Tamika and one's name is Marie. Well, and Angie and Irma. Well, anyway, if I don't say something about the middle school, Marie Williams will blow up my phone and she won't even say good afternoon. She'll say, why don't you talk about middle school? Because
Yes.
she feels like I don't give enough shout outs. And so this is for you, Marie, Marie Williams. Tell us a little bit about the middle school, if you would.
Shout out to Muskegon Middle School. That's where I started my Hackley Community Care school-based health career. Shout out Muskegon Middle School. Boom. Okay, so Muskegon Middle School is also part of our big Hackley Community Care family, and they are what we call a school wellness program. So at Muskegon Middle School, we have a nurse and a behavioral health provider, and they have a clerical support. Awesome bang up team that does everything they can to service the kids in the middle school. And then that team also coordinates for dental services to come to middle school for kids, for students that are in that building as well. So Marie, Corey, and Angela, and Paula and Tamika all work very closely with our team over at the Muskegon Middle School to service the students in that building. The great thing about Hackley Community Care School-Based Health is we pretty much have all the Muskegon public covered, almost every building. We have services in Bunker, Marquette, Oakview. We don't have services directly in Moon, but we do have a referral mechanism where if there's somebody at Moon that needs services, we can coordinate to get that done. But we pretty much got Muskegon Public School District on lock to take care of the big red babies. So, and when you think about the Hackley Community Care Teen Health Center, think about it if you look at a school district. You got the big admin building, and you got all of these buildings, elementary, middle school, high school, all these buildings under it. We are connected to a big company too, Hackley Community Care. And we have all these school-based health sites across Muskegon County in Holton, Fruitport, Oak Ridge, and some charter schools, Covenant. So we're covered all around and we're all connected back to one big company. If we can't serve you at the Muskegon Teen Health Center and you don't necessarily need a big referral over to DeVos Children's Hospital, we try to get you to our big center, Hackley Community Care, where we got more resources in that building.
So I know you answered this the last time you're here, but let's say my mouth is messed up. It's swollen, it hurts, I'm getting teary. Or let me be more realistic. Let's say I'm in the backyard, I slip and fall in the back and crack 2 of my ribs. That can definitely affect my life and well-being. And I just can't reiterate enough how important it is for people to access the many services you guys provide. Because really it's a one-stop shop for wellness. I can walk through that door and I can get access to health pathways that could help me feel better. Well, not overnight in some cases, but in short order, so that I don't have to miss tons of school or miss tons of work, or better yet, or maybe more importantly, miss life.
Well said, Paul Kurzel. Well said. That's a great synopsis. You've been around with the school-based health program pretty much since we started with our school wellness program over at the then Bunker Middle School. So you are definitely one of our health champions and you sum that up perfectly.
Well, we want to just say thank you, Joy, for letting us in behind the scene so that when students or community members go into the HCC here at MHS, they know exactly what they're going to see. They'll know who they're going to see. And sometimes that makes things a little less scary when you know some of the people are going to be there. And like I said, if Dr. Jessica were my dentist, yeah. I wouldn't have any feelings because I wouldn't want to hurt her feelings by getting them.
Yeah.
But even though I know she'd take care. So I know, Joy, you're busy today. You may stay if you'd like for our next segment, which is the food segment, or
no, you go ahead and enjoy. I'm gonna.
Thank you, Joy.
Thank you, guys. Bye. How do
I tell you what, PK, that was a lot of fun. And, you know, I don't get to go back there a whole lot because that's a confidential area. You know, there's, you You're not going to get PK and Coach White zipping through there on any given day. They cleared all their appointments for a specific time frame so we could do that, which I think was really cool. The last thing I want to add is it's easy to know when you got to go to the doctor. It's easy to know when you got to go to the dentist. Don't shy away from going there because you need somebody to talk to. Obviously, there's all these adults at the school that are here to talk to you and love you and do those things for you, but they're an option too. And everything you say and do in there is completely confidential. They're not going to call and put your business all over. They can't disclose that information to anybody, unless you give them permission. And so you can feel safe going there for a variety of reasons that you should never be embarrassed that you need help. But in your mind, you're thinking, I don't want anybody to see me, you know what I mean? I don't really want anybody to know. And that's what they do. That's what they do. That's what we all do. You come to any of us, we're not going to advertise your business. And them too. I think that's important to understand. They're not going to put on Facebook that you got a filling, and they're not going to tell your uncle that calls to check on you. They'll say, no, you need to go, you need to talk to whomever. So it's important to note that because not everybody realizes that.
And it's somebody that you don't have to see every day, right? If you can have a conversation with any of the adults at MCEC or Muskegon High School, Muskegon Middle, but it's somebody that you're gonna have to see on a regular basis. And if you go make an appointment at the Teen Health Center and talk to somebody there, that's like your person to go to for that reason. And you don't have to see them every day for math class or every day in the cafeteria or every day when you don't have to. You can see them when you need them and know that they're there. And it's nice to have that separation a little bit. They're great people.
So does anybody know how to take us off speaker view? Because we're not the 4 tiles, we're not Brady bunching right now. And I can't figure out from my computer, I tried to change it, but I can't seem to figure out or undo what has been done. So we're getting one speaker at a time. So what we're gonna have to do is play speak, pause, careful when we do the food so we get ample reaction time. Oh wait, I think we're back. Did you do that, Chauncey? I can't read lips. What? He's like, I'm smashing.
How to review. I was trying to teach you.
Did you fix it?
I did. Yeah, I just changed it.
Oh,
Nice.
all
I didn't
right.
want to mess up, when you were talking about the Teen Health Center, because that was very important information for everybody to receive. So, hey, speaker view was appropriate.
Thank you, Pastor. All right. Well, without further ado, we all know what time it is.
Bam.
And I got to tell you, I'm fired up. I'm fired up for this one. It's our first retrend. It's our first go back. That tells you how good it is. And to be honest, we could have went back to any of them. They've all been delightful. But we went back to this one for a reason. Okay. And thank God we went to the Teen Health Center today. And even though I'm no longer a teen, if I overindulge today, as I plan to do, I know where there is somebody who can help me. Okay. So we went back to the Curry Kitchen. And we did it with a resounding smile and tons of enthusiasm. And in fact, the majority of the teaching staff did Curry Kitchen today as well. I believe that we all believe we have been supporting local businesses, and there have been local businesses that have supported us. The Curry Kitchen served over 20,000 meals. In some cases, 1,500 meals a day, no questions asked. Chicken, curry, rice, the good stuff. They're not just handing out bag lunches. They were buying it, they were making it, and they were giving it away. And people were eating good, and they didn't ask any questions. People came and asked for meals for their entire family. So they bagged up 10 meals and they sent them home and said, have a great day. And now they need our help. They need our help. They gave, they didn't have to give, and they gave. And so we went back. Now, full disclosure, every time, it happens every time I open this. It smells so good. Every time. I lose track of what I'm doing.
You've seen Ice
So-
Age, right, Brent? You've seen Ice Age?
Yes.
Okay.
So, full disclosure, I've been back like 4 or 5 times since we did it on this. Oh yeah, I love it. I went and got the goat because Chauncey said you are what you eat. I thought that was a great analogy. I figured I got to eat goat. I've done the chicken masala, which is what I got today, but I did get a dessert. And I tell you what, it's been the exact same every single time. Spicy, and I get it spicy. Nobody else got spicy today. I got spicy. And the tikka chicken marsala, tomato-based curry. It ain't bad. It ain't. And I tell you what, through all that jogging around, my office is on the other side of the campus. So after we wrapped up, I had to high hands it back to my office. And I've worked up quite the appetite. But everybody else got something a little different. PK, what'd you get?
Well, I'm just going to be honest. Mine's got quite a bit of zestiness to it, which I like. I decided to pull out the stops. I decided to batten down the hatches and go with the tandoori mixed grill. And I don't know if you can see this. Can you see it? It's got yardbird, it's got scrimps, it's got lamb, it's got it all. And there's some onion. There's a lot of looks like cilantro on there. And I took a bite, and this look at this. This is what I call a snack made in heaven. Look at this, like a little baby spicy chicken leg. Now, what more could you ask for with finger food that's also sustaining and healthy? Well, reasonably healthy anyway. It is really good. The seasoning, the first bite that came through my nose, it's not like overwhelmingly hot, but it's got a little zip. And I'm here to say this one is a definite winner chicken dinner. But you also, but you have the added bonus of some of the other things, the lamb, the shrimp, the onions, and my mouth is watering like a mug too. I understand. I'm Pavlov's dog right now, okay? I am Pavlovian mammal. So Chauncey, what'd you get, brother?
I wanted to try, I seen the menu. I was like, let me try to eat a little light. I'm gonna go off. I got the fish. It was a pancoria fish. And it looks like this, right? And it's cooked in chickpea. But then I ate it and I was like, it's like look how big that fish is inside of there. Huge. Then I bit it. I was like, like a fish steak. And every time I eat Curry Kitchen, I think about this hip hop song. It just came out like last year, say, a little advice, always add spice. Because that's what they do. They really do. They really lay it down. I can't imagine somebody giving 23,000 meals that I know are not cheap to make. It's not cheap to make. I'm always going to give them a shout out. And I heard what you had, Paul. I got to try that. And then I got to try the fish with some veggies and have some rice and that sauce. I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something. I just got the sampler of the fish. I'm like, man, I need that rice and the sauce to sprinkle over it. Because see, when you start figuring out their menu, that palate get a little bit better. And then that color on that plate, you know, you got to have that plate on it, that color with, because everybody else's plate probably got a lot of colors. So when you got them colors on there, oh, you eating good. So eating good in the neighborhood.
So Tom, what'd you get, brother?
I had to go with the curry goat. I heard so many good things about it from Chauncey and Brent that that's what I went with. And it is phenomenal. It is delicious. It's flavorful. The meat is awesome. It's great. Love it.
Well, you know, looking at what I got, I'm thinking that like if we could be in the same room and not necessarily socially distance or wear masks, I'd say get one of everything we had, put it in the center on one of those lazy Susans and just spin that mug. Because I'm here to say, this thing I got, this tandoori box, man, there must be a 1.5 pounds of meat up in her. So I appreciate, Brent, you continuing to find places to not only put smiles on our faces, but do things into the community which we think are appropriate, which is reaching out and reaching in.
Amen. And
So-
you know that tandoori, for those of you that don't know, is pretty prominent in Indian cooking. It's a big clay like oven. And so they got a fire in the bottom and they put them on skewers and they set them. They said it's actually a pretty cool thing. Google it, tandoori oven. It's pretty neat.
And that's a cooking practice that historically goes back like thousands of years, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So would this be like, it's almost like hibachi, but from a different geographical area?
I guess you could say it's where it started, right?
All right, well, Tom, do you want to give us the SEL for the day, and then we'll have Chauncey close up because my mouth is I'm just salivating all over the place.
You know, the social emotional part for today was being aware of yourself so you can take care of yourself, right? That's the critical center part of SEL, is being aware of what you need and who you are, and then having the skills and resources to reach out for help when you need it. And so we got a great resource, a great reminder of what's available. And everybody, reach out when you feel something isn't right, whether it's in your head and in your heart, your body, your mouth, somewhere. Say, this isn't right and I need some help. And if you don't know where to go, ask somebody that you think might know where to go, and chances are they can connect you. So thanks for setting that up. I'm glad Joy was on. I'm glad that we got to meet the staff of the Teen Health Center and get that awesome tour.
And next week we have a special guest, Tom Serio, real estate agent, Big Red, amazing human being. So we continue to be blessed with a lineup of great people. So take us away, Chauncey.
Okay. All right. So to let everybody know, it is Women's Month. Powerful women. We just had Joe Evans on, and we had the doctor on. So all women are guiding that health center, as you can see, and they making sure we're getting taken care of in our community. So giving them another shout out. But man, that fish. What you want? Some fish? That fish was with chickpea. I'm impressed. Woo, that was good. We got to get a shout out for people. Got to know. They need to know that they cooking some good food. Well, that's the end of our live hour. Thanks for tuning in to MCEC Fam Show, the place where the center of your child's education is magnified in a collaborating community. Spicy.
One of you guys are gonna have to, I think, Chauncey, you're gonna have to end the meeting.
Yeah.
You got the power.
I have power. See you later.